make a couple of observations to help you prepare for the quiz based on the assignments that you turned in. Just keep in mind as you prepare for the quiz that there's two major parts of liberty that we've studied in activities 1 through 9. Living under a government that protects person and property, and living under a government that does not harm us. So the quiz is going to consist of a bunch of quotations, and a lot of the questions are going to ask you to be able to identify which one of those two meanings of liberty the quotation is referring to. So, for example, if you look at activity 3, letter B, that quotation from Blackstone, if I just give you the part of the quotation that says, for the principal aim of society is to protect individuals in the enjoyment of those absolute rights, etc., and I say, okay, which of the meanings of liberty does this refer to? Living under a government that protects person and property, or living under a government that does not harm person and property? It would be the first one, living under a government that protects person and property. And for distractors, I might give other meanings of liberty that we haven't just studied yet, but those won't be the answers because we haven't studied them yet. I also want to ask you to look at activity 6, letter A, that has the quotation from Madison about men are not angels. If you look at the very end of that quotation, one thing that's interesting about it is that it mentions both of the meanings of liberty. It begins, that last sentence there begins, in framing a government which is to be administered by men over men. The great difficulty lies in this: you must first enable the government to control the governed. Now that's referring to those impositions of restraint that we put on bad people who harm others. So you need a government that can control the governed, meaning limiting the actions of harmful people. That's referring to the meaning of liberty of living under a government that protects person and property. And if you continue reading, he says, and in the next place you need to oblige government to control itself. That's talking about living under a government that does not harm its citizens. The government itself must be limited and restricted to prevent it from harming people. So you can see within that one sentence, both meanings of liberty are mentioned, and I'll probably have some questions in there to ask you to give you part of that quotation. You'll have to match it with the meaning of liberty that it goes with, as I just explained. Also, the assignment ended with some activities about countries like North Korea, Iraq, Cambodia. The main thing I want you to see there is that these people in these countries are not enjoying one essential part of liberty, which is living under a government that does not harm its citizens. That's the main emphasis of those passages. That's why I put them in the book. So you're going to have to, if I give you one of those passages and ask you, which of the meanings of liberty do they lack? It's living under a government that does not harm its citizens. So those are the pointers for the quiz. Good luck.